Good day. What's up, CPNG? So I'm here with the Cool People's Networking group. We're about to start Living Place Live interviews. Much success to everybody on this last day of the summer, and peace to you all as we go into a new season. So right now we're about to get into my man Steve Shears interview. We're going to have some fun. So what's your name, sir?
Stephen Shears.
Okay, and what's the business that you have?
I created a business called Running Glasses, and it does not mean running. It has nothing to do with running itself. Like the name stands for, the running part means to move forward. The glasses part is to have a vision. So basically move forward towards your vision.
All right, no doubt. So yeah, before we get into Steve's interview, we're gonna have a little bit of a background and everything like that. My man, shout out to my man, Dr. Craig Smith. He's one of the guys who recruited Steve to go to Millersville. And Steve went to Millersville when he was a freshman, now he's a senior, and he was a cool dude. I could tell him and the whole team that he came up with was pretty talented. Like Dorothy, shout out to Simone, Wayman, everybody, Chris Paulin. So in short, before we get into the nitty gritty, what would you say are some of the basics that people have to have, like mentally, and the goal that they have, like the fervor, to start their own business, see it through?
First of all, you're using these big words and stuff like that. Just because you went to college doesn't mean that you should be using these big words. But no, the thing is, like, I say you gotta have the goal. Like, you have to understand what it is that you're really trying to do, or what it is you're really trying to achieve, or where it is you're really trying to go. And once you have an idea of that, then you can work backwards from it. So you don't have to necessarily get to that specific thing that you thought about and stuff like that. Because sometimes what happens is, while you're on the path, you'll end up in that area. You'll end up in something bigger than you, or bigger than you can think. So the thing is, like, you set smaller goals, set smaller points where you can reach and you can work on and you can grow. And then as you're growing, you'll learn more, you'll know more. And along the journey, the original goal that you might have had might not even be where you want to go, because now you got more knowledge and you became a different person.
No doubt. And it's no secret that you are a man of faith. How would you say that faith has played a role into your business, and what was the church message about today?
Well, listen. Faith is 100% of what it takes for me to make my business to grow, to get to where it is now, and to make it into where it is going to be later. And the thing about it is faith will allow you to do things that you're afraid of, will allow you to grow in the areas that you didn't know that you could grow in. It will allow you to create stuff that you never thought about creating. Because what you're doing is you're taking something, which is yourself or a thing, and you're trying to make it into something bigger, something greater, something that you probably never had before. And the thing about it is, it takes a lot of belief, a lot of good feelings, a lot of strength for you to even get it into the right direction for it to become what it is it's supposed to. So like at church, they were talking about being consistent. They were talking about Jacob, how Jacob got tricked, he got tricked, but not tricked, because there's no way, because he worked for his wife for 7 years, and he was given a different wife for the first 7 years of work. But the thing is, I'm not sure how you get tricked into marrying somebody that you weren't supposed to marry. So you get that. But what happened is, he still had the goal of marrying a certain wife, and he worked another 7 years to get the second wife. And the thing about it is, the only time he said something about it was when it happened, when he got tricked. He didn't start complaining afterwards, like, well, I'm not working another 7 years for the second wife. He still went towards it. And that's what it is. It's being consistent. Sometimes on your journey to where it is you're trying to go, sometimes your journey gets changed. Sometimes your journey might become a double journey. Sometimes anything might happen. But the thing is, as long as you're consistent on what it is you're trying to do, you'll be able to reach or be able to attain whatever it is you're trying to get.
That's what's up. So, you elaborated at the beginning a little bit about what Running Glass is about. I have an idea of what it is, but just a little bit more for the viewers that just tuned in. What is Running Glasses all about, your brand?
All right, Running Glasses, like I said, is to move forward towards your vision. So my whole purpose of it was an idea. Like, I started working on myself. And yes, I started off from running, but it does not mean running. I started off running because I know I failed at running. I know I've not been good at running. I'm not good at walking fast. I'm not even good at walking half the time. But I knew if I work on something every day that I know that I haven't been good at, I know that I failed at, I know that I can do anything else. So if I can put that same mentality into growing a business or into helping someone or into helping somebody else grow their business, then there's nothing that can stop me because I've been working on it every day in the field that I know I'm not good at. So that's where Running Glasses started from. So it started from making a daily deposit in myself, but then I also made it into making a daily deposit in the others. Because there's no purpose of me growing by myself if I'm not willing to help other people grow. And the thing about it is if I do it myself, there's a lot of weights and a lot of struggle that I have to go through by myself. But if I do it with others, it's a lot of weight and stuff that I don't have to deal with. There's a lot of expertise that they have that I don't have, a lot of skills and stuff that they have that I don't have, that we all can benefit from each other. So that's the thing, that's what Running Glasses really is about, building yourself and also building others.
So when it comes to like newbies and everything like that, to people who are new to business and everything like that, goals, projection, forecast. Sometimes they'll be like, all right, I'm going to make $500K my first year, and I'm going to have a Bentley, and I'm going to have a helicopter come get me and things like that. When it comes to things like that, how do newbies and everything like that set realistic goals and so forth?
All right. See, the thing is, though, there's no real such thing as realistic and non-realistic goals, because the thing is how much work or how many resources you have to put towards it. Because you can make $1 million in your first year. You can make all these astronomical numbers in your first year if you have the right resources or you have the right amount of money to start. Because it's easy to make $1 million if you start with a 999,000, so you can make the million. But the thing is, though, is you got to have these goals. So you have these big goals. Let's stick with money. So you have the goal of making $1 million. You got to start making little goals. You got to first make $1. Like, you got to set a goal to make $1, to make something. And as you're going, you set bigger and bigger goals. And so you go from $1 to $10 to $1,000 to $20,000 to $10,000 and keep going. And the thing is, as you're going, you're able to build more. You're able to get closer to the actual goal. And a lot of people that you see that's making these $1 million a year or $1 million a month, like there are people out here making $1 million a month. Yep. They didn't start making $1 million a month. They got a lot of history behind them, a lot of other stuff that they worked on, a lot of goals that they reached to get to that level. So the thing is either you're going to have a lot of resources in the beginning, or you're just going to have to start grinding and do what you can and grow from where you can.
Okay, no doubt. In your perspective, of course, clientele's leads generation, that's the nature of the business. How does an entrepreneur keep in contact with his clientele, and how do they stay engaged?
Listen, what I do is I get my people involved. As in, I do contests, I do things that give away something for free. Give away something for free. Like that's the simplest you can do it. Give away something for free. And it don't necessarily have to be a product or whatever. Sometimes it can be a knowledge. Give stuff to people and have them interact with whatever it is that you're doing. So what I was able to do is I created a workshop that I'm actually charging schools and other bigger businesses to run my workshops, but I give it away to free to my loyal people. So what it does is I'm giving them knowledge that I'm charging a lot of money for, but also what it does is it's let them know that I'm here for them. Now I'm here to give them something that they can benefit from. And then also too, if you want to be simple with it, give out like somebody's picture, like send them a thank you message, send them a quick DM and things like that. Or you want to take it to the next level, go to their events. Go to support their flyers, repost whatever it is that they're doing. Like it's very little simple things you can do, there's very big things you can do. And that's how you get your customers or get your clients to stay involved in what you're doing, is by involving them in what actually it is that you're doing.
I got you. Yeah, a simple gesture does go a long way. When it comes to like the goal setting and everything like that, do you think a person can benefit from the mentorship route, or is it possible that a person can have accidental success?
Hey, listen, like I said in the first one, it depends on what kind of resources you got. Like if you got a lot of money and you have a lot of resources, you may or may not need a direct mentor. Like you may be able to figure it out as you're going. But the thing is either you want to do it the hard way or you want to do it the easy way. And me personally, I want to do it the easy way. So what it allows you to do is you find these mentors. You find the bigger mentors and you find smaller mentors. You find the people that you have access to. You find the people that you don't have access to. And what you do is, just like I was saying with your goals and your money, is you build the relationships and the connections to the people that you can. So just as simple as this. When I first started out, I connected with Nehemiah Davis. And the way I connected with Nehemiah Davis, because he's a big person in Philadelphia, the way I connected with him is I served. I was coming to his events and I was serving at his events. So I'm picking up boxes, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And what happened is I built a connection with him and he allowed me into exclusive stuff. So he's a bigger person than me and he's connected to bigger people than him. So when he's connected with the bigger people, he's bringing me the stuff that other people not coming to. He even invited me, he even introduced me to the other people that were on my list that I want to be connected to and things like that. And that's all it is you connect with whoever you can, and they have bigger connections than you also. And a lot of times they'll connect you with them, and next thing you know, you'll be to reach that person or that mentor that you're supposed to have connected to, or you were trying to. And that's the easiest way to do the mentorship.
I got you. That's what's up. So recently, about I would say 37 minutes ago, I learned that you got a book coming out called The Kid's Ultimate Guide to Entrepreneurship. What inspired you to write the book?
All right. The book basically came from the events and stuff I did. So what I learned over the years is while connecting with Nehemiah and going to all of these events or these networking events, I noticed that a lot of people in the room weren't talking to the other people in the room. And the thing about it is that these networking events, these people in the room had some phenomenal products, some phenomenal services, and the other people in the room needed these services or needed these products. But me being the person I am, I'm bouncing around and I'm connecting with everybody in the room, whereas most people don't. So I decided to create an event called Everyone's Business, in which I got everyone that I knew that had a business and services, got them all to come to one place and basically introduce you to who they are, what it is that they do, how you can find them, and what services that they provide. And while I was there, I also had some youth there too. But I noticed that the youth weren't getting the connections like the adults were. So like the adults were talking to the other adults, they weren't talking to the youth. They were talking like maybe to the parents of the youth, but not the youth themselves. So I decided to create an event called Everyone's Business Youth Edition, in which I only invited youth. So any youth that had a business, that has a talent, or that plays an instrument, I allowed them to come showcase their talent, introduce their business, and I allowed them to event for free. So what this did was this brought more attention on them and what it is that they did. So this allows them to grow as entrepreneurs, allow them to build more bigger businesses, allow them also too to understand that even though their parents and stuff help them with their business, it's still their business. So they're getting a lot of the tools and stuff that I wish I had at their age. And so what happened is a lot of parents and stuff were coming to me asking like to do one-on-ones and stuff with their kids, or their kids want a product and things like that. And me being me, I'm not able to reach everybody. I decided to create the book. So the book is a basic step-by-step guide for you to start, for you to have an idea, to start with figuring out the idea of a product or service or whatever it is, and actually to marketing it once you have it created and everything. So it's to help the parents who have no ideas what entrepreneurship is, and also to help the parents who already started something or some kind of entrepreneurship with or without their kids. And it helps you create a product and be able to sell them.
I got you. So Running Glasses now has a group, and I'm a part of that group. What is some of the content, like you already, we know that you have videos, what's some of the content that we can find on the specific group that you made for Running Glasses?
All right, listen, so what happens is the fact that I do a lot of youth events and a lot of youth connections and stuff, I start getting invites from other people who want more youth into their events, or like the VIN, or even to be part of their programs and stuff. So what the group it allows is I'm giving those exclusive rights to the people in the group. So I'm giving you first access to for kids to go to vending opportunities, for them to be part of like plays and programs, for them to get connected with maybe an older person that's already doing or already succeeding in the field that they're in, and things like that. So that's what the group really provides for you.
No doubt. And of course, in the group, you have some good motivational videos. Would you consider yourself a motivational speaker, or how would you phrase what you do?
I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm a person that speaks motivation. So basically, what I do is I put out whatever great information or whatever it is that might have lit my day up, or that I know that will light somebody else's day up, and I just put that information out. And what I'm able to do is I'm able to provide not just to the youth, but just to anybody I'm connected to, provide them with information that they may or may not have, that they may or may not know, or they may or may never know, because I go to events and I'm connected to people who are motivational speakers and stuff. So in a nutshell, I'm a motivational speaker by association.
All right, that's funny. So, boom, da 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 da. Oh, so better. I looked at one of the videos and you touched on something that was close to me and something that I believe in being innovative in, which is called financial literacy. How would you say that parents these days, or even adults in general, can incorporate financial literacy into the youth?
All right. So basically, this is what it is. Don't do your kids like you got done. Like it's really that simple. Don't do them like you. As in, I didn't really learn about finances until midway through college, and which is a shame because I probably was like 22 midway through college. So the thing is, you got to teach them young, or show them young, or at least give them some knowledge. Because at the end of the day, your kids are going to still make mistakes. They still going to mess up and things like that. But the thing is, I knew is once I learned something, then it was less likely for me to mess up in that area. So you just basically show your kids what checking account is. Show your kids what paying bills look like. Show your kids what all financial literacy that you know looks like. But also, too, what it is you build yourself up, too. So if you don't know about mutual funds or about IRAs or about anything financial, you need to be doing your research on it, too. So that you can show your kids, not just tell your kids. Because I always was the kid like, yeah, I hear you, Mom. I hear what y'all talking about, but I see what y'all doing. So how are you gonna tell me not to do what I'm seeing y'all do? So, and that's the thing. So you gotta be the real life example for the kids, like with the money, and don't have a problem talking about money. And then, another thing, boom, last one. Delete all of those ideas, all of those sayings that we think about money, like money is the root of all evil, money don't make you happy and stuff like that, especially the one that money don't make you happy. Because at the end of the day, most people have experienced broke or experienced not having money. Now, we know 100,000 million% that not having money definitely don't make you happy. Like, that definitely don't make you happy. So if there's an unhappy that you can have with having money, let us at least reach and understand what that unhappy is. So stop telling your kids that money is not going to make you happy.
And just to touch a little bit on money, what are some things people can do to increase their income streams? Because that's like a big thing in the finance community, increase your income streams, side hustles in general.
Now see, the thing is, though, is you got to become an expert, or not even an expert all the way. You have to become better than other people in certain areas. And the thing is that once you become better than other people in certain areas, you can actually charge for your knowledge. So if you take, like, if you go to school to become a doctor, you're charging for the knowledge that you got. If you go to any class and you learn, like if I learn how to fix an electric socket, I can charge for the knowledge that I got. And that's all it is. You got to gain more knowledge, and you can charge and create an extra stream of income. Now the thing about it is, the more time you put into getting this knowledge, the more time you put into learning more, when that will determine the amount of money that you may be able to generate from that. So I want to learn about real estate. So it's a certain amount of money that I'm able to make about real estate on the side. I want to learn about engineering. There's a certain amount of money I'm able to generate from being an engineer. So that's all it is. It's like you take your time to learn something and you're able to charge and able to gain more money in that area. But it all depends on you and the type of time that you're willing to put in there. And so there can be a side hustle. And I got other businesses. Like, so I take the time to learn about other businesses and create
That's
and
smart.
let that be a source. Like I'm into home health aid. I got a home health aid company. I knew nothing about home health aid, but I knew that there was a bunch of home health aid companies out here, and I knew a bunch of people that were using the services. So I thought, why don't I open up a home health aid company? In which I did. So I got more knowledge, and now I'm able to make another side hustle.
That's what's up. To me and a couple other people, conversations between parents and kids are very important. Like how they're raised, how you're raised influences you and so forth. And I definitely noticed that you have a passion for the youth. What are some things that youth have today that they didn't have 50 years ago?
Listen, first thing that what you're recording right now, that phone. Listen, the phone is the most powerful thing, but also the most distracting thing that the kids have now. Because I remember when we used to have to do like just as simple as book reports. We used to have to go, first of all, we had to go to the library. Hopefully you got a library card. Hopefully your library card ain't expired or you ain't got a book that you forgot to return or somebody messed up. And you had to go to the library and hope that the book that you needed for your book report was there. And especially if you had to use the encyclopedias, like you had to really hope that they had the encyclopedia and hope that the letter that you needed from the encyclopedia wasn't taken. So basically, y'all have access to a lot of stuff that we didn't have access to. So I want to also put this on you. It's your parents' job, yes, to try to give you as much as they can, but it's also your job to look and find this stuff yourself.
That's right.
So you need, if your parents aren't teaching you about financial literacy, about how good relationships look and things like that, then you need to go find out what a good relationship is, what financial literacy is. You need to find out as much as you can, and the thing about it is you don't have to go nowhere because most of y'all have access to a phone, a computer that can give you all that.
Take advantage of YouTube videos, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up. You and I, we both network heavy with a capital H. We just came from some good stuff last night. Activity with shout out to my man Ambition. He was watching earlier. Giving is definitely a real good thing. How would you say that running glasses is giving back to the culture? Like sometimes you have somebody in a certain situation, they feel like what they're giving isn't enough, but it actually means something because they basically giving their last. It's a quote that is not about how much you give, but it's about how much you have left. So how does running glasses give to the community and like to the culture and so forth?
Listen, everything I do is basically giving. So I don't charge for the services and stuff that I provide for the kids or for the youth or for the community. So I allow them to vent for free. I allow them to get the information and everything that I have for free. And the thing about it is this. We lead with giving. Like, as in, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give money. I give time, I give more than just money. And what I did was, that's how I build my network, is by giving my time, giving my services, and doing what I can for free. And guess what it did for me? It allowed me to be connected to bigger networks, and long story short, I'm part of Nehemiah's group called Circle of Greatness. Now, Circle of Greatness is all over the United States, and I think in another country too. So it's a lot of people that's connected all over. Now, Nehemiah is basically the #1 person in his group because that's where everybody came to the group for Nehemiah. So by me giving away, like me doing some of my videos on Circle of Greatness, one of Nehemiah members I never met in a day of my life, she gave me a cash gift.
Dang.
Like she sent some money to me saying that she appreciated my videos, she appreciated what I was doing, and she wanted to sow a seed into what I was doing. And stuff like that happens. Like when you give, it will come back to you. Press down. I ain't gonna break it all down here though. It's gonna come back.
Luke
to
6:38, y'all.
Yeah, like it's gonna come back. Like so give as much as you can, and you're gonna look up. You're gonna be given in areas that you didn't even know were possible.
That's a heck of an answer. That's a good one. So, what's funny, you and I are kind of like in the same situation. People always asking us when we're going to get married with kids. We got a whole bunch of mutual friends and everything like that. It's funny, some don't even leave the house. But the main question is, as an entrepreneur, how do you balance the time out with your family, like the family you have now, and how will you project balancing out the time with your future family, like the wife, the kids when they come, and so forth? And how do you deal with the pressure everybody always asking you when it's going to happen?
No, so it's a bunch of different ways with that. So basically, I lived a lot of life, and I've had everything from I owned a lounge myself. I've been in a bunch of different businesses. I've had a lot of jobs. I've had some successes and some failures. So with me, for me to come out I like being in the house. Like, so I like spending as much time with family and friends that I can. So, but for me to come out of the house, it got to be something beneficial. Not necessarily only beneficial for me. It got to be beneficial for somebody else too.
Like what?
Like, it got to be something for me to talk at, or someone, or somebody I can connect with, or somebody that I can connect to somebody else. So it gotta be me either giving my gift away or servicing somebody for me to really come out the house. But also I come out for myself, because I gotta learn more. I gotta go to networking. I gotta become better. I gotta grow in areas too. So I go to like stuff about marriages, stuff about relationships, like all the areas where I feel as though I'm not strong in. I go and I attend things on those. So I may not agree with everything that they say or do, but a lot of the times I get more knowledge, or I get a better understanding of me, or understanding of my future wife and my future family. But everything will, once I have a wife and family, everything will revolve around them. So most of the stuff I'm gonna go to either going to be family oriented, or that me and my wife can go to once I get to that point. So that's how my life is. Like, if it's not benefiting us, or if we're not being a benefit to someone else, then I'm gonna stay in the house.
That's what's up. So, just a primary question. What are some tools that an entrepreneur at any stage that a person can equip themselves with, that are basically go-to tools that you can always have right away?
People. That's the number one tool, is to have other people around you. Because at the end of the day, there are things that I can do that other people can't, and there are things that other people can do that I can't. And the thing is, like, the purpose really is to grow with each other, is to get to a higher level with other people. And it's just as simple as this. If I get in my car and I'm driving from one destination to the next, I only got a certain amount of gas before I can stop. I have to stop before I have to do anything. But the thing is, when you look up and you look over, it's probably about 3 or 4 other people that's going in the same direction that you are. Now, I know logically, if you got more people in the car, then that means you got to use more gas and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, if it's more people in the car, I don't have to stop once I'm tired. Because once I get tired, somebody else can take over. And once they get tired, somebody else can take over. So instead of it taking us 5 and 10 years to get to this great destination, it'll take us less time, because we got other people with other resources that we can all pull together, and we can actually reach those better goals and reach those better destinations. So that's what it is. Make sure you just connect with the right people that's moving in the same direction as you are. And if you don't have the people around you that are moving in the same direction, remove yourself from that situation and put yourself in some better situations.
Gotcha. That's a good point. You made some good gems right there. And wrapping things up, what are some feedback that people have gotten or that you have from running glasses and everybody's business? And how's that feedback going to influence certain future events?
All right. Basically, I get a lot of like good feedback and like this stuff because I'm touching on something that most people aren't touching on. Like most people aren't really touching on youth entrepreneurship. It's a couple here and there, but I'm able to first of all, I'm able to give some adults hope and also give the kids the power to do something themselves. So the thing is I'm no one special. But I know I can be an example. And that's the purpose of it, is for me to be an example and show people that if I can do it, you can do it. And I know that's the old cliche, but literally, if I can do it, you can do it. I'm doing nothing special. I'm just connecting with the right people that got the right resources that's able to help me grow, and I'm able to help them grow. And that's all it is. It's just bringing us back together like we used to be back in the day. So I'm trying to bring the neighborhood back to the neighborhood. I'm trying to bring the peace back to us. And I'm trying to make sure that we all growing and we all becoming better, because just as simple as this. Once we all reach a higher level, if any of us fall, the others can pull us back up. But if I'm the only person up here at the higher level, if I fall, the only person that can pull me up is the people on whatever level they on. So if I'm up here by myself and you right here and I fall, you only can pull me back to right here. You can't pull me back up to where I was. And that's the thing, is getting everybody up to the highest level as possible so that we can pull each other and gain from it.
That's good. I like that analogy. Now, wrapping things up, so you're Steve Shears. You're the man with running glasses. Hence, vision, dealing with the glasses. What vision do you have going into the year 2020?
All right.
2020 vision.
I know, right? Hold on. 2020 is more of, I know I'm going to do a couple more events for the youth, and also actually have a running program for, like, so everything that's in the book, I have a program that's written out for, like, to start you from the idea of a business to all the way to actually having it and marketing the business and supporting each other's businesses and stuff like that. So in 2020, I'll have a physical place where you can come and you can bring your kids to and actually learn about entrepreneurship and how you want to grow.
That's what's up. Well, Mr. Shears, I definitely appreciate you coming out to the CPNG live from the Place interviews. Definitely a part of something great, connecting, making great events. Fellas, it's still, and ladies and gentlemen, it's still a whole bunch left in the year. Don't listen to people telling you the year is almost over. You got some goals to hit. So connect with these great people that I'm interviewing with and so forth. Any social media, how can people find you?
On all social media platforms, you can find me at Running Glasses, RUNNIN1GLASSES.
All right, no doubt. So there you have it. We have our first set of interviews, and we're about to get into the next one. Everybody, thanks for watching and tuning in. Have a great day.